How did music save my life? Wow. All I can think about was when I was a young boy growing up, listening to the radio, hearing reggae songs for the first time. And that changed my whole life, because it was like, what is this? I'm hearing this music. And my first experience of buying a record was when I was 9 years old, going to Wrigley Road Market. I had a bit of money in my pocket, like maybe £1 or something. Anyway, I was going through these records in a stall, and I see these records, and I was so fascinated, and I picked one out. It was a record by Derek Morgan called Me Nah Give Up. And on the other side of this record was a song called Dreadnought. It was like a skanky shuffle record. But anyway, I bought that record. It was 45p. And from that moment I was hooked. And I just carried on buying records. And when I was about 15, my cousin, I had two cousins, I've got two cousins, one was into soul and one was into reggae, and at that time I was only into reggae, but I liked soul as well, but I'd only buy reggae. So one of my cousins persuaded me to buy some soul music. So around 1978 I started buying soul records, like 12-inch singles, and I was like fascinated, like with the disco tunes, with the drums, and it was like it had to have those funky drums in the tunes. And then around about 1980 I started discovering the albums for all of these songs that I'd bought, and then from that moment on, every song that I bought, I had to have the album to it. So I started collecting albums as well as 12-inch singles, and I guess at that time I didn't realize that music was saving my life, or it was a part of my life. It was my life as it is, or as it was. You know, it just became my actual whole life, actually, just purchasing these records on vinyl. And when I was about 15 years old, I think, 16, there was a youth centre called the Yorkway Community Centre. And my friend Aston used to play there. He also used to play at Copenhagen School, and he's passed away now, God rest his soul. But when I think about it now, he was the one who made me want to DJ, because I was always like, I can do that, you know. So I used to go to like Groove Records and buy my imports, and there was a little shop on Caledonian Road, I forgot the name of the shop, but I used to buy imports there for $2.99. And I used to go to Mole Jazz, because I used to go to school in King's Cross, so Mole Jazz was just up the road. I used to go there like every week, and I discovered Groove Records in the West End, and just was buying imports like crazy, but it was less normal. It wasn't like I was trying to do it. It was just like a part of everyday life. So here we are today in the new digital age, and still doing it to this day. So from a young age, music has become a part of my life, and I guess to a certain level maybe it has saved my life. So that's my story about how music saved my life.